Hey guys, welcome back. Coach Jason here. So we're going to keep on the half marathon series. My first video was 9 minutes per mile and 6 workouts to help you get there, which is a shade under 2 hours for the half marathon. Next milestone we're looking for is maybe 8:30 per mile. 30-second improvements per mile over a half marathon is a significant improvement, and it kind of sets you up for the next milestone. Now some people might go from 9 to 8, 9 to even faster than that happens, but incrementally I like to kind of break it down this way to make it more manageable. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of different athletes if you're a coach, and their capabilities are going to be different, and their fitness levels and abilities are going to be different. So having as much info as possible at your disposal to help them achieve their goals or you achieve yours is at the end of the day a good thing. So that's why I'm doing these. I'm going to serve as many people in the running community as possible. I'm speaking from 2 decades experience as a coach at all levels. So I want to help new coaches become better coaches, athletes become better athletes. That's why I want to make this the most comprehensive running channel on YouTube. So I hope you find the videos helpful. And if you do, I have got 200 plus videos out already. Hit that subscribe button. I've got fully detailed programs from the 800 all the way up to the marathon. So a bunch of different levels too. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you not only have access to those videos, but you won't miss the new ones that are coming out. So, but with that, let's get over to 8:30 per mile for the half marathon today. And always look in the description, by the way. You'll see relevant videos that for these videos. So you'll have the 9-minute pace video, and you'll have half marathon fully detailed training programs. So, and I'm putting sub 2 hours, sub 145, sub 130, and sub 115 in the description. If you want me to do any other pace, any other milestones, just let me know in the comments, and I'll get to work on them for you. Okay, but let's get over here. All right, take a look. All right, so 6 workouts. These are pretty much the same workouts as the first video, but you see the progression in goal times, what you need to build and work towards. So, and that's an important thing. Once if you achieve like a 158 or something like that, which is 9 minutes per mile, you know exactly what you need to do now to get from there to here. All right. So, with that, here are the workouts, and we'll go over them again. 400-meter efforts, building towards 12 to 16 reps with a 1-minute recovery, and in this case, they're in 201 to 157 per rep, okay, which is, about 8 minutes or 802 per mile down to about 750 per mile, okay, which is 10K pace or 5K pace, the equivalent of a 8:30 per mile half marathon, okay, which in this case is right around 151 or a little over 151. So that's workout number 1, an important component of speed development. I said this in my last marathon, my last video. Not every workout for a half marathon or even a marathon has to be a long workout. Short and sweet speed development workouts are just as important. So it's important to have a balance between the two. Okay, so that's workout 1. But knowing when to do them is also important. So watch my training videos. You'll see how I lay the training out, and I have them fully detailed, 12 to 16 week programs. So you'll know exactly when I do them. It can at the very least serve as a guide for you to build your own programs. Okay, so workout number 2. Okay, this is combining tempo or threshold and fartlek. Okay, so here you're doing 2 miles at half marathon pace. In this case, is 8:30 to 8:25 per mile. You can build them. You can build it up to 3 or 4 miles. That's completely up to you and to who you feel that might be most appropriate for. That's where the individualized component of training comes into play. But let's say we're sticking with 2 miles. You're doing that at goal pace. It elevates the heart rate. Okay, and this is after a warm up and drills and strides and all that stuff. And then you take a 5-minute active recovery, and then on the back end you do 12 times 1 minute hard and 1 minute easy, fartlek. So 12 minutes of totally hard running within a 24-minute block of running. And they're going to be a 5K pace down to 3K pace. So 157, about 750 pace down to probably 720s or 730s, 3K. So that's the effort on the back end. It simulates accelerating when you're already tired from having done a tempo component. So, and again, you can boost this. You can do it to 3 miles, 4 miles, and so on. You can even boost the fartlek part on the back end. But again, like I said, that's where coaching with the eyes is important, not only the stopwatch. It's up to you to decide who might need a little bit more, who might need to dial it back, and so on. So that's workout 2. Workout 3, a 6-mile progression run. This is after another warm-up and drills and strides and stuff. This is a 6-mile progression run, going from 10:30 to 8:30 per mile, essentially starting at an easy, relaxed pace, and then building towards goal half marathon pace. Okay, and let's say it's a 2-minute block, so let's say you're dropping 20 seconds per mile. all along the way. It's a great way of simulating a more intense workout or a more intense run. Progression runs are really, really good. They're very important, and especially if you want to simulate, especially longer half marathon races, because a lot of them can become negative split races. Surprisingly enough, a lot of them are becoming that. So this is a good way of preparing you should that happen. Okay. Workout 4. This is a 4-piece progression workout. Okay. This is how to lock into goal pace and how to build from it. All right. So it's a half marathon race pace progression, HMRP. And the first workout, let's say you're doing them 2 weeks apart from each other. So let's just say you've done your base period already. Now you're within a 12-week half marathon training program, right? And let's say the first one's week 2. So it's 2 times 2 miles at goal half marathon pace, so about 8:30 to about 8:25 per mile. You take a 3-minute and 30-second active recovery in between each rep. The last video was 4-minute active recovery, but as you get a little bit more fitter and more experienced, we can kind of cut the rest down a little bit. So again, it's 2 times 2 mile with a 3:30 recovery at 8:30 to 8:25 per mile. So it's 4 miles of total running. 2 weeks later, we try to put it together and run 4 miles consecutively at a half marathon pace. Okay, 8:30 to 8:25. Let's see how it feels. That's a sign of progress. All right. 2 weeks later, 2 times 3 mile. Okay, now we're bumping up to 6 miles, but it's the same 3 minutes and 30-second recovery at the same goal pace, 8:30 to 8:25 per mile. And then 2 weeks after that, try to go 6 miles consecutively at half marathon pace, or 8:30 to 8:25 per mile. Got to know what it feels like to run about 6 to 8 miles consecutively at half marathon pace. So it'll give you a good idea of how ready you are to run that pace for a half marathon. Okay, but this is a way of gradually doing it without having to just try to do long runs at half marathon pace and kind of falling apart at some point. This is a way to gradually put the pieces together over an extended period of time. So it's a nice way of doing it. But again, do what you feel is most appropriate. But I have used these on a lot of my athletes who run half marathons and marathons, and it works really well. So that's workout 4. Workout 5, 8 times 800 meters. Okay, with a 2-minute active recovery at 4:15, which is 8:30 per mile, to 4:02, which is about 8:05 per mile. So we're going from half marathon pace to 10K pace along the way, progressively faster reps. So like this is a progressively faster continuous run. These are progressively faster reps. Okay, 2 different ends, but gradually getting faster throughout. So, and that's kind of an intermediate distance opposed to the 400. You will see along the way as we get faster, you'll see some longer reps, longer than 800 meters as we get more experience in the future videos. So, but now you have options. You know how to do the 400s, you know how to do 8s, you're going to know how to do 1200s and miles. You'll know how to do a bunch of different ways. And by the end of the series, you'll have probably 20 new workouts at your disposal that you could use for athletes. So, I hope you find this enjoyable. If you did, by the way, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see all the other content, I have 200 plus videos. Hit that subscribe button and knock that bell icon so that you have access to those videos and you won't miss the new ones. So, but I appreciate your support either way. And last but not least, a rolling long run. Building the long run over time is an important component to, well, pretty much anything, middle distance and distance, but particularly the half marathon. I like rolling because if it's available to you, because the rolling runs not only help simulate rolling races, if you happen to run a half marathon that's rolling hills, but it's a great strength builder for flat races, whether it be a half marathon on the road or that's flat or a track or whatnot. It's still a great way of building leg strength and conditioning the feet and the muscles and the joints and ligaments in such a way that you're kind of ready for anything. It's a great way of building leg speed and leg power and so on, and maintaining rhythm, learning how to go through pace fluctuations while maintaining rhythm and cadence. There's a lot of good rolling runs. So at some point you can get to hill repeats and rolling fartleks and things like that, but a rolling long run is a great way to start it. And at this point, I kind of cap it at 11 to 12 miles. There's some people that'll go a little bit further. You'll see in a few videos I bump it up a little bit more, and then I'll bump it up as you get really much faster. And the capabilities are, upwards of 16 to 18 miles for long runs. So, but that happens over time as well. It's up to what you can handle, what your athletes can handle, and so on. So, but these are all workouts that, again, I've used with a lot of success, and they might be helpful options for you too. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the thumbs up if you did. It's really helpful to the channel's growth, and it lets a lot of other people know that it exists And again, I want as many people in the running community to know about this channel. I want them to see and learn from these videos. I want to give back to the running community that's been so good to me over the last 2 decades. So I appreciate you watching. Be safe, train hard. Talk to you next time.